Trump didn't just need an election to win. He needed pressure, and he also needed tariffs as well. Now, recently we saw Canada and Mexico fold under the pressure that Trump was putting on them and send troops to the border to comply with what Donald Trump wanted to accomplish. This is the power of reputation. When it's strong, you influence, but you also control. But if it slips, you become the target. So how do you build a reputation that makes others fall in line? Well, let's break that down. Welcome back to another episode of BMSL. I am your host, Ghost. Now, last week we talked about despising the free lunch. If you missed that lesson, it was some great insights from Robert Greene in the book, The 48 Laws of Power. This week we're talking about reputation in the same book as well. So if you have your books, be sure to have them handy because we're going to go over some key passages and key takeaways from this chapter. Okay, now if you guys haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it after this, but it's going to be a must watch for anyone looking to improve their lives. Now, for today's topic, we're going to be using Donald Trump as a base example because he had the most recent and most dominant win. And how is he being so successful since he's been in office? I argue it has a lot to do with his reputation, but let's just see what Robert Greene says, because this book is a guide for life and this can get you through anything in the world. So if you guys have your books, go ahead and turn to page 41. We're going to be going over the 6th paragraph down. Okay, let's get started. Understanding reputation. In the beginning, you must work to establish a reputation for one outstanding quality, whether generosity or honesty or cunning. This quality sets you apart and gets other people to talk about you. You then make your own reputation known to as many people as possible. Subtly though, take care to build slowly and with a firm foundation, and watch as it spreads like wildfire. A solid reputation increases your presence and exaggerates your strengths without having to spend much energy. It can also create an aura around you that will instill respect, even fear. Stop right there. Now, we recently saw President Trump do this as he was running for president. Even after he won, he still used his reputation and influence to create a situation where America would win. For example,
today I'm thrilled to announce that SoftBank will be investing $100 billion in America, creating 100,000 American jobs at a minimum. And he's doing this because he feels very optimistic about our country since the election.
I'm now excited to commit this $100 billion and 100,000 jobs into the United States. This is double of last time, as President Trump said. Because I say, oh, President Trump is a double down president. I'm going to have to double down, $100 billion and 100,000 jobs. But one more thing I'm really hoping is that this President Trump would make the world, bring the world into peace again. That's my additional hope. And I think he will actually make it happen.
I'm going to ask him right now, would you make it $200 billion? He can actually, believe it or not, he can actually afford to do that. Would you do that?
ladies and gentlemen, this is just a recent example of President Trump using his reputation to benefit America as a whole. I mean, the SoftBank CEO tentatively commits to $200 billion, but that is part of the art of the deal. That's something that I can talk to you guys about at a later date. Let's get some more of this book, Keys to Power. The people around us, even our closest friends, will always to some extent remain mysterious and unfathomable. Their characters have secret recesses that they never reveal. The unknowableness of other people could prove disturbing if we thought about it long enough, since it would make it impossible for us to really judge other people. Real quick, what does he mean by that? I think that he means that your girlfriend, your family, your friends, they all have secrets, even your parents, and you just don't want to talk to them or ask them about it because that'll make you embarrassed. That'll ruin your whole livelihood, and that could ruin your reputation. So you just decide to close mouths so I get a better result. Hey, listen, I don't blame you, but it's the truth. Let's get some more. So we prefer to ignore this fact and to judge people on their appearances, on what is most visible to our eyes, clothes, gestures, words, and actions. In the social realm, appearances are the barometer of almost all of our judgments, and you must never be misled into believing otherwise. One false slip, one awkward or sudden change in your appearance can prove disastrous. I'm going to translate that real quick. When individuals say, "Don't judge a book by its cover, only God can judge me, and my past doesn't matter," that's all misdirection and manipulation said intentionally to get you off your square. Don't listen to them. Let's get some more. This is the reason for the supreme importance of making and maintaining a reputation that is of your own creation. That reputation will protect you in the dangerous game of appearances, distracting the probing eyes of others from knowing what you are really like and giving you a degree of control over how the world judges you. A powerful position to be in. Reputation has a power like magic. With one stroke of its wand, it can double your strength. It can also send people scurrying away from you. Whether the exact deeds appear brilliant or dreadful can depend entirely on the reputation of the doer. Now, where did we see these appearance games being played last year? If you know anything about the hip-hop community or you were paying attention to anything that was going on last year, you know the major beef that was happening was Drake and the Kendrick Lamar. Now, Kendrick Lamar obviously won, but in the midst of him winning, I believe he used a powerful play, which is this book, The 48 Laws of Power. He is literally following this book to a T, right? Drake's reputation is bigger than his. He's actually better. He's the biggest artist on Spotify, but Kendrick said, you know what? That don't matter. I'm still going to destroy you. And that's exactly what he did. So how can you recover a reputation after it's already stolen? Let's get some more. Reversal. There's no possible reversal. Reputation is critical. There are no exceptions to this law. Perhaps not caring what others think of you, you gain a reputation for insolence and arrogance, but that can be a valuable image in itself. Oscar Wilde used it to great advantage. Since we must live in society and must depend on the opinions of others, there's nothing to be gained from neglecting your reputation. By not caring how you are received, you let others decide for you. Be the master of your fate and also your reputation. At first glance, it seems like he's saying that there is no way to recover your reputation, but that's not true at all. He's addressing the people who don't want to work on their reputation at all. Robert Greene in this passage is basically saying, look, we have to live in society. We have to be beholden to other people's thoughts and beliefs in us. If that is going to be the case, then we need to shape our reputation in a way that we see fit. We should not let other people control us. Point blank, period. Now let's dive into this reputation recovery, okay? Let's get it. Perhaps you have already stained your reputation so that you are prevented from establishing a new one. In such cases, it is wise to associate with someone whose image counteracts your own, using their good name to whitewash and elevate yours. It is hard, for example, to erase a reputation for dishonesty by yourself, but a paragon of honesty can help. When P.T. Barnum wanted to clean up a reputation for promoting vulgar entertainment, he brought the singer Jenny Lind over from Europe. She had a stellar, high-class reputation, and the American tour Barnum sponsored for her greatly enhanced his own image. Similarly, the great robber barons of 19th century America were long unable to rid themselves of a reputation for cruelty and mean-spiritedness. Only when they began collecting art so that the names of Morgan and Frick became permanently associated with those of Da Vinci and Rembrandt were they able to soften their unpleasant image. Reputation is a treasure to be carefully collected and hoarded. Especially when you are first establishing it, you must protect it strictly, anticipating all attacks on it. Once it's solid, do not let yourself get angry or defensive at the slanderous comments of your enemies. That reveals insecurity, not confidence in your reputation. Take the high road instead and never appear desperate in your self-defense. On the other hand, an attack on another man's reputation is a potent weapon, particularly when you have less power than he does. He has much more to lose in such a battle, and your own thus small reputation gives him a small target when he tries to return your fire. Barnum used such campaigns to great effect in his early career. But this tactic must be practiced with skill. You must not seem to engage in petty vengeance. If you do not break your enemy's reputation cleverly, you will inadvertently ruin your own. So much free game and so much value being given that we can apply to our lives. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. History is the best teacher. There are men and women who have lived before us and who have written about things that they have went through and mistakes that they made, so we don't have to make these same mistakes. People ask me, why am I doing this book? Well, this is the reason why. So that way we can learn from our predecessors in the past. The past can be a great teacher for what's coming next. It may not be exactly how it was, but it damn near has the same type of repercussions and actions that you can take to either prop up your situation or to get out of your situation. You choose. This book can be used for good and it can be used for bad. The followers of BMSL, the Standards Over Status crew, are going to use this for good to increase their business, to increase their lifestyle, and to increase their standard of living for the better. We want families. We want healthy relationships. But more importantly, we want knowledge so that way we can go about doing this. And this is what I provide. If you guys got value from this channel, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe because we're going to be doing more videos like this. And if this applies to you in any way, shape, or form, comment down below, let me know, and I'll have some critical questions pinned in the description box below so you guys can answer. I love you. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.